My name is Robin Nicole Scarborough. Before I was incarcerated back in July of 2022, I had had my identity stolen. I had made a police report. Anyway, then there were some things going on prior to me being incarcerated. Hacking issues. I couldn't pay my Zales account, my Best Buy account. I was having all these problems, hacking issues. Well, I went away, and it was immediately, I went away for a DUI, and immediately when I got into that jail, I was put in 23-1, supposed to be held for 10 days, and then let out into population. Well, I never got let out into population, and I was put into isolation, which they called medical isolation. It was not medical isolation. They housed me down. And the reason for it was, we feel that it's best for you at this time to isolate me. So they took my clothes, the whole 9 yards. At the time, I had been numb my whole life, prescribed opiates at a young age, alcoholic for years, a heavy drinker, alcoholic. So this is a lot. I've never did anything like this before, and I've been suffering, abused in this house every day from morning to night, and nobody wants to believe me. Nobody comes here. My brother doesn't come here. He's a coward, always has been. Sorry to say it, but it's the truth. Anyway, I'm isolated. But they don't put me in medical isolation. They house me down in booking, okay? And I'm down in booking, and they put this black sheet around the window. And so I'm in there for quite some time, and I keep hearing them torment me from the outside, but I'm not all there. After 3 days, it starts to affect your psyche. Your mind, okay? So, but I'm hearing these things like, if you don't let her out of there, I'm gonna let her out of there, and I know all their names, Miss Raymond, Miss Brown, Miss Meyer, Miss Mullen, Lieutenant Christopher Rosette, who came into this park 8 years ago looking for me and found me across the street. All these things that were going on. Anyway, he kept hearing role play. Every time mental health would come and see me, which was very rarely, they would come down to the little doggy door, and they would say, "What is this, role play?" And I had no idea what they were talking about. And overhead, I kept hearing, after I got out of there, I kept hearing overhead, it sounded like it was coming from overhead, an older gentleman that I had been with for years, Larry Holmes, and I kept hearing his name, Larry Holmes. And I'm like, what? And I think they're just messing with me. They know who I am. They was always cool, cool with me, nice to me. I liked a lot of the COs. They know me from just like 30, 60 days that I've ever, did here and there for DUI. So I'm in there. I finally got out of isolation. And I'm hearing this shit, and I start hearing real foul stuff, and I'm gonna say it. And they're saying, "Robin Scarborough, you got the fattest fucking pussy I've ever seen before." And it went on, and it went on and on, and the whole time. Okay, so I'm sorry for skipping around, but I was sexually harassed the whole time I was in there. Okay. And music, so the whole time, it was about my pussy, my fat fucking pussy, excuse my language. But at the same time, okay, I have my radio. And I'm hearing this, but I'm not seeing them. I'm not physically seeing these people, these people that I'm hearing, like Miss Mullen. Like, I was up on my chair, where you sit to eat, your food in your little cell. And she said, "Oh no, Patty said get down from there." And Patty is my mother's ex-boyfriend who hung himself. Telling me to get down from there, like I was gonna jump and hurt myself, but she was doing it sarcastically, knowing that there was no way that I was be able to do that. Nor did I ever state that I was going to harm myself or harm anyone else. Okay, and so it went. So I'm not seeing these people at all, but I'm hearing them, and there's a CO in front of me. From my cell, I only got out the whole 8.5 months. I think about 10 days I was in population, and I kept seeing the people looking at me, and I'm wondering what in the hell are all these people looking at me for? But you gotta understand, I have been numb since I was a baby, okay? Opiates, on top of it, having Addison's disease. I slept a whole big, large number of years. I slept my life away. And anyway, the whole time sexually harassed. Well, we'll make this short, okay? I don't know how short I can make 3 years in 6 minutes and 18 seconds. But I come home, or no, I don't come home, I'm not home yet. So I listen to the music, right? And I start singing, and I'm singing out loud, and I'm feeling good from this music. I will say that that's one thing I will smile about, as I started feeling really good. And I hear this one woman, right, and I'm like freaking out. I'm like, who is this? And it was Lainey Wilson, and I was loving it. I was loving her. Like, I loved her voice. I was like, I have never heard a voice like this in my whole entire life. And I'm so happy. And I call home. I call home to Mom, and I'm like, and Gabby Barrett too. and Morgan Wallen, and all these country music stars. And it's not just country, but yes, I love country. But the sick thing is I'm sick, and they made me sick, and my mother's sick, and I'm sitting here, and I feel like I want to puke, and I'm traumatized, but the whole time, Robin Scribe, you got the fattest fucking pussy I've ever seen before. We'll eat your fucking pussy all night long, all fucking night long, the whole entire time, okay? So it's going on the whole entire time. So then, like I said, with the music, Lainey Wilson, right? Then they start to pretend that they're Lainey Wilson, okay? And I'm not gay, but if you're gay, that's fine. I don't care. That's your choice. But I'm not gay. And they start putting all this pussy stuff in my head, okay? And they're going to tell me that Lainey Wilson's saying she's going to eat my fat fucking pussy all night long. Okay? So it went on and it went on. Anyway, I kept hearing this shit, and I kept saying, I had said to mental health, Miss Karen, do you hear that? And she's saying, she doesn't hear it. And I'm like, she's like, well, Robin, maybe you have something that somebody else doesn't. And maybe one day you'll write a book about it. Okay? And meanwhile, they're pretending to be Lainey Wilson. They're pretending to be Morgan Wallen, because he's another one that just because they're not considered Christian or gospel, don't tell me in their music God ain't, they're not talking about it or singing about it, the story about it. Their story, I don't know. I don't know the Bible like that, but I know He is real, and I know He saved my life, and He saved my soul. But anyway, the whole time pretending to be all these, Pamela Anderson. Anyway, when you start digging pussy into somebody's head, okay, pussy, 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 eventually you're going to start thinking about pussy. Okay, excuse my language, and I hope and pray to God that no kids see this, but they probably will. And I apologize, but I don't know how I'm supposed to post this. So anyway, 8.5 months I'm in there, tormented, tortured the whole entire time. but I'm still trying to figure out how in the hell I'm hearing them. Well, is my ear picking something up from the computer? Do they have audio? Do they have video? What is it? I'm not understanding. But Miss Karen wouldn't say much, but that's what she said to me. And she said, Robin, what happens when you come home? And she said, and if it continues. Okay? Basically, they've had me try to kill myself, which I attempted to kill myself on several occasions. Okay? When I came home here, it was already set up before I came home. It is in my wall, in my house. My mother is sick, will not believe me. I was in an isolated state for a very, very long time. Okay? Coming home, it's taken me, I gave it to God, was in the church, thought the devil had a hold of me. People, this is real. Okay, I have something. They put something in my house underneath my double wide. My hand to God, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Please help my mother and I. Please, I beg you. It's coming from underneath of the house. Excuse me. It's when I'm in the shower, they've been able to see me. They came back under the house. They've bumped their head. They came and got stuff from out from underneath of the house. It's in the house. It's in the wall. However they're able to hear me, I don't know. But there is something in my home, and it needs to come out. It has made me sick. They have tried I thought they would stop if I hurt my mother. I tried to hurt my mother at times. Like I said, tried to take my own life. They would not stop. I laid down and died. God got me up, woke me up. It is in this house. It is in the wall, in the siding, outside. Yes, it is. But not only that, the outside audios that the neighbors have had, okay? They have hacked them. They have turned things up, like chirping of the birds. You know, I know it's mating season, but they had the birds turned up as loud as they can. I don't know how they did it. But messing with my head, you have no idea what has not been done to me and how sick I am. And I do need a helicopter. I am in my appointments. Me and my mother both need a hospital. And I'm not talking a lockdown unit. I'm talking about me and her are both sick, and my brother doesn't know it. And like I said, he's a coward. And I have another one in Virginia Beach that doesn't want nothing to do with me either. I don't want drugs anymore. Drugs don't do it for me anymore. Yes, I had a relapse a few days ago. I don't want the shit. It's not psychosis. I am not schizophrenic. The voices that I hear are there. My ears work, but I do have a gift. And I don't know how it works, but it's beautiful, and it could be used for music and uplifting things. And Miss Lainey Wilson, there's a lot to talk about, and a lot of people have said a lot of shit, but I'm ready to stand up, and you should be able to stand up with me and not be embarrassed by what has been said or what you may have heard or think. I don't know what you've heard, but it's been all of you pretending to be you guys. I don't know if it really has been you guys or it isn't you guys. I'm not sure, but I need your help. It's in my wall. Please prove me wrong. If I'm wrong, my God, I will go anywhere. It's in my house, and they've been abusing me every single day. Every day. I'm sick from it. I've been forced into handcuffs because the Harford County Sheriff's Department has something to do with it too. I've been abused at Harford Memorial Hospital before it is shut down. At Upper Chesapeake and Aberdeen. I've been in all of it. I have been abused. It's not coming from the TV and the computer and the phone, or the TV and the phone. It's coming from in the damn wall and under the house. Please, somebody help. It's real.